Today we will be reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs activity. So we need to read it ourselves. Chapter 1, The Birth of Snow White. Chapter 2, The Wilderness of the Evil Stepmother. In the dense forest, small hut of dwarfs, the enchanted apple, and Snow White and the Prince. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now, let's get started. Snow was falling. It covered the palace and drifted onto the ebony windowsill. Queen sat at the open window, busy at her embroidery. She glanced at the snowflakes, distracted by their beauty, accidentally pricked herself on the finger. A spot of red blood dropped onto the soft, bright snow. Oh, how I wish I had a daughter with hair as black as this ebony windowsill, lips red as blood, and skin soft and as white as newly fallen snow, she said quietly to herself. By the following summer, her wish had come true. The queen held in her arms a beautiful baby princess with hair as black as ebony, lips as red as blood, and skin soft and white as newly fallen snow. She named her Snow White and she grew to be the kindest, prettiest girl in the kingdom.
We have a very beautiful daughter. Her hair is black as the ebony window. Her lips are red as blood, and her skin is as soft and white as the snow. She will be pretty when she grows up.
Well, there's plenty of time for her to grow up. We need to give our baby a name first.
There are a couple of names I can think of, but if we put our heads together, we could come up with a beautiful name for our daughter. How about Sweetheart? It's a beautiful name.
No, we need an unusual name.
How about Rose?
No, almost everybody in the kingdom named their daughters Rose.
Snow White.
Snow White. I love it. Finally, we have found an amazing name for our princess.
Nice. I have to go now. I have a lot of work to do.
All right. I need to sew a dress for my baby. She will always wear the prettiest outfits. Can you please play with Snow White until I'm done? Thank you. You are really a good babysitter. I just finished her dress. Let's try it on. Let's try on the blue outfit.
Oh, it's blue. Okay. Which one do you think it is? Tap it. Oh, you think this one? The top one? Okay. Which one do you think it is? This pink one? Okay, let's put that on her. Which hat do you think it is? Oh, this blue one. Okay. That's her shoes. Which shoes do you think it is? These ones?
It's beautiful, but we need a blue outfit.
Let's see what's in here. Oh my. Okay, let's try blue. Which one do you think it is? My, they look correct. Now let's try this one. Really? This one? That looks so good. Oh, it's already got blue on it. And these. And now all that's left to do is
Very well. It's exactly what we need.
Beautiful. Well done.
Okay, it's time to sleep. Can you help me put the baby in the cradle?
She's already in. Sadly, the queen became ill and died. The king was heartbroken, but after a while he fell under the spell of a very beautiful enchantress and married her. He did not know that how jealous, vain, and wicked she was. Every day she would gain into her magic mirror and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the most beautiful woman of all?" The mirror would reply, "Of all the women that were ever seen, you are the most beautiful, dear queen." That made the vain queen happy.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest in the world?
Of all the women in the woo.
What happened? The mirror is broken. We need to connect the crystals to make the mirror come back to life.
Which one shall we do first? Oh, the one at the top? But which one at the top? Blue or yellow? Oh, you meant the one on the top of the cog. Okay, let's do blue. Does that look right? Does that look right? It is. Oh. Okay. That's good. Now which one shall we do? Yellow? Okay. Now which one? Purple? Alright. Now green.
Now, the mirror is as good as new.
Okay, fixed.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the most beautiful woman of all?
I've been mended, but all my reflections got mixed up. Can you find Snow White among them?
Cinderella? Maybe the princess.
This is Cinderella.
Oh,
She is kind and hardworking, but she is not in our story. This is the jealous queen. She is more evil than beautiful. This is Sleeping Beauty, who's waiting for a prince. We don't need her. This is Snow White. Of all the women that were ever seen, Snow White is the fairest, dear queen.
It is impossible. Huntsman,
Your Majesty,
take Snow White into the forest, tie her up to a tree, and leave her there.
but Your Majesty,
No buts. If you disobey me, you will lose your head.
all right, as you say, Your Majesty.
she's mean. The queen hated Snow White because she was pretty. Then one morning the mirror replied, "Of all the women that were ever seen, Snow White is the most beautiful, dear queen." This made the queen very jealous. She called for the huntsman. Take Snow White into the forest and leave her there tied to a tree. The huntsman was afraid of the queen, so he set out to do as she was ordered. "Where are you taking me?" asked Sinead. "To the forest to see the animals," replied the huntsman. When they were deep in the forest, the huntsman turned to Snow White, saying, "The wicked queen wants me to tie you up to a tree and leave you here to die. But don't be afraid, I won't harm you." Snow White looked at him with tears in her eyes. "Run away, dear Snow White, and never return," he told her. Just then, Snow White, alone in the forest, and rode back to the palace. Snow White ran into the forest horse and came up back. Frightened and tired, she lay down on the bank of sleeping primroses. A family of wild rabbits came and snuggled up to her, keep her warm, and she fell fast asleep.
I'm so sorry, Snow White. I'll be leaving you here. Don't return to the palace, or the Queen will punish both of us.
Goodbye, and thank you for sparing me. Now I'm alone in this deep and dark forest. How do I get out of here?
I will help you get out of this thicket. Follow me.
Who is it? I can't see anyone. Can you see anybody? Where should I go next? I know the way. Follow me.
Just follow the squirrel.
So, where should I go now?
I'll take you to the kind dwarves. Their house isn't far away. Let's go.
What? How do we know those dwarves are kind? That is how he's the evil stepmother. Let's just follow the deer.
Look, this is a cottage. I hope someone could help me there. I want to thank the animals for their help. Can you help me find the animals? Thank you very much, Rabbit.
You are welcome, Snow White.
It's probably a tree, and not a deer. And that's probably a bush.
Thank you so much, Squirrel. I'm always happy to help. Thank you very much, dear.
My pleasure, Snow White.
And thank you, kids, for helping me.
Nobody knows if they're kind or not. In the light of the morning, she saw the little cottage nestling among the trees. The smoke was puffing out of the chimney, and a narrow path led to a tiny oak door. I wonder who lives here, she thought, and knocked slightly. Knock, knock. No one answered, but the tiny oak door swung open. No one answered. Hello? Is anybody home? She called. The room was empty and silent except for the crackling of a little fire. She looked around and saw how small everything was. There were 7 chairs around a small oak table laid with 7 small mugs and tiny plates with 7 small loaves of bread. How sweet, she said to herself. This must be the home of 7 little people. She noticed that the room was untidy, the floor was in need of a sweep, and the fire was almost out. Maybe they won't mind me staying for a while if I do some cleaning for them, she thought. Maybe they won't mind me staying for a while if I do some cleaning for them, she decided. Then she set about tidying the hearth and putting more wood on the fire. She dusted and swept and scrubbed until the room looked sparkling clean. Tired and hungry, she sat down on one of the little chairs. I wonder if they'd mind if I had a little of their bread and water, she thought. Not wanting to take away from any one person's, she took a sip from each of the 7 mugs and a tiny bite from each of the 7 loaves of bread. Then she then went into the bedroom where there were 7 little beds. Again, she set to work, tidying and cleaning. The last bed was straightened and the room was sweet and fresh. She lay down exhausted and closed her eyes. It was nearly night time. She didn't mean to fall asleep, but she did. At that time, if she had looked through the window, she would have seen the owners returning home. The tiny cottage belonged to 7 dwarves who were in the nearby mines digging for gold. As it happened, Snow White was sound asleep when they returned. Dwarves came in and noticed how bright and clean everything was. How strange, how odd. How odd, how lovely and fresh. How cozy, said the others. Someone's been here, said the last. Oh look, someone has eaten our bread. Ooh, oh yeah. They all said together, who could it be? I think I know, said the smallest dwarf. Look in here. pointed to the bedroom. The dwarves crept in and were amazed to find Snow White asleep on one of their beds. How beautiful, said one. How lovely, said one. How sweet. How pretty, how charming. How delightful, said the others. She shouldn't be here, said the last. At that moment, Snow White awoke and explained all that had happened to her. The dwarves listened and they were horrified as she told the story of the wicked queen wanted her dead. That's terrible, said one. How wicked, how cruel, how heartless, how frightening, how evil, said the others. We must protect Snow White, said the last, and blew his nose on his big red stuffed handkerchief. Snow White, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you wish, he said, and sniffed and put his handkerchief back in his pocket. Thank you, cried Snow White happily. They all joined hands and laughed and danced until they were quite out of breath. So from then onwards, Snow White lived happily with the dwarves. She helped them cook, clean, and was loved and cherished by each and every one of them.
The 7 dwarfs are kind and hard-working, but they don't have time for housekeeping. We need to clean the cobwebs, sweep the floor, and fix the cabinet door. Can you help me? I guess we can clean the cobwebs first. Good job! Now we have to sweep the floor. Good for you! The floor is shiny as new. Let's fix the cabinet door. Good job! We need to set the table before the dwarves return. Help me set the cutlery. I remember the days in the castle when the maids set the table. Let's see if I can remember how this is done.
Since I live in the forest, maybe I have wood? Oh, only metal.
No, the fork has to be on the other side.
Okay, where does the spoon go? On the left or on the right? At the top?
The spoon is usually placed on the right side of the plates beside the knife.
So did you were correct. Okay. Perfect. Oh.
Thank you very much. Now the cottage is warm and clean and dinner will be ready soon. I couldn't have done all this by myself. Thank you.
Back at the palace, the vain queen gazed into her magic mirror. Asked, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? The mirror replied, of all the women that were ever seen, Snow White is the most beautiful, dear queen. The queen was horrified. Snow White, Snow White? That's not possible. Snow White should be dead, she screamed. Snow White is alive and so beautiful that your beauty in comparison looks quite dull, added the mirror. At this, the jealous queen turned green with envy and red with rage. Tell me, mirror, and tell me right this right. Where can I find this beautiful Snow White? She demanded. She was invited by dwarves to be their guest, and now lives in their cottage deep in the forest, the mirror replied. The queen had a wicked plan. She covered the rosy side of an apple with fatal poison and disguised herself as an old peddler woman. As she set out to find Snow White, she walked up and down the forest path that led to the dwarf's cottage and knocked on the tiny oak door. Knock, knock. The dwarfs had warned Snow White never to open the door to strangers when they were away, so she popped her head through the open window. Apples for sale, juicy sweet apples for sale, said the peddler woman. No, thank you, dear lady, answered Snow White politely. Oh, please, just buy one from a poor old woman. These are very sweet and tasty. Look. The old woman took a bite from the apple, from the green side of the apple. They are perfectly safe to eat, she said, handing Snow White the rosy side. Why don't you try before you buy, dear girl?
Oh!
Snow White looked at the rosy apple and was tempted. She smiled and took a bite. Suddenly the colour faded from her rosy cheeks and lips. She fell to the floor as if dead. The wicked queen gave an evil scream of delight and returned in haste to the palace. Standing before her on the mirror, she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "Of all the women that were ever seen, you are the most beautiful, dear queen." The wicked queen was very happy.
Oh! Who is this beautiful girl?
This is Snow White, Your Majesty. The jealous queen, her stepmother, poisoned her. She has slipped into a deep sleep.
Let me try to wake her up.
I would be grateful, but first you need to open the 3 locks in the coffin. I'm too old and do not remember how to do it.
Help me open the locks to wake up Snow White. Try to find the same colours. We did it! Thanks for your help. She is so beautiful. We must wake her up. But how do we do this? I don't think that's a great way to wake Snow White up. No, it won't help.
Why not put on cold love?
That's right! Love is stronger than witchcraft.
How long have I slept? Thank you, Prince, for waking me up.
I have never seen such a beauty like you, Snow White. Let's go to my father's palace and get married. We can rule the kingdom together.
What about these sweet dwarves? Can we invite them to our wedding too?
Pardon us, we won't be able to come. We have a lot of work here. But we prepared a gift for you, Snow White. Oh, where are the gems? I think we have lost them along the way. Let's find them.
Okay, so
Well done.
match up.
Another gem found.
That's a light blue that we had to match.
Great! And another one.
And then it's another light blue that we had to match.
Yay! That's another one.
And it's also all of them. You know, this is... That evening, the dwarves returned to find Snow White lying dead on the floor. "Oh no," said one, "how tragic, how sad, how heartbreaking, how terrible, how wicked," said the others. "What shall we do now?" And at last, said the last, they all wept. The dwarves loved Snow White and laid her in a glass coffin on a hill overlooking the forest. "Her beauty is there for all to see," said the smallest dwarf. Each day the dwarfs took turns to watch over her. One day the prince from a nearby kingdom came riding by. He saw Snow White lying peacefully in the glass coffin and fell in love with her. "I have never seen such sweet beauty," he said. The smallest dwarf told him how Princess Snow White had been driven from the kingdom and poisoned by the jealous queen. The prince was saddened. Lifting the glass lid off the coffin, he spoke to Snow White, saying, "I shall seek out this wicked queen and bring justice to your kingdom, dear princess." then kissed her gently on the lips. At that moment, Snow White began to weep. Colour came back to her pale cheeks and lips. She opened her eyes, and when she saw the prince, she knew that she loved him. The royal wedding was planned, and everyone was rejoiced, except the jealous queen, of course. She turned green with envy and red with rage, then simply exploded into a pile of dust. It happened that the prince and Princess Snow White were married and lived happily ever after. The end. Do you like this book? If so, don't rate the app, because YouTube has nothing to do with this. Instead, like or subscribe, maybe even